going through some right now. It's tough, but we said it after the game that we got to go through it together. As best as we can, stick together, trust in one another like we always have, and just show your true character.
Going through some right now. Let's dive into that a little bit with Bob Myers, Brian Windhorst, and I appreciate you, Richard Jefferson, showing up with a name tag to work today.
No, I didn't show up to work with that. It was on my desk. And so I was like, oh, I thought everybody was wearing it. But
it's like the first day of school.
So
We're glad to have you back in studio, Rich. I'm going to start with you because you have been on championship teams. You've been on teams that have made the NBA Finals. That championship malaise, that hangover, is that something you're concerned about? What's that like for a player?
I am not concerned about it with their team. Obviously, there's some things that they need to work through, but this also makes them tougher. Like, you understand that this is a part of the journey. When you win the championship, you come back even more confident. You come back a little bit more focused at the start of the season. You think about it 19-4, but this is also that January, that February. You're right before the All-Star break. Everyone's tired. This is that tough time, especially for a veteran team that knows they can turn it up and they're substantially better than everyone.
But the players think that way. That doesn't mean the front office can't start to sit there and go, is there anything I need to do? Get a little bit trigger happy to make a move?
Well, I mean, again, that's why I like being on a panel with players. Like Richard gives that perspective of what a player's thinking. And the players control the outcome more than anybody, to be honest. They're out there on the floor. I can't say if the Celtics are playing 100% effort right now or not. But what I can say is, as the GM, yeah, I stress, because you know why? This Celtics team, and we can all agree or disagree on this, they should probably win the championship again. They probably should. So when I was the GM, I'd sit there and go, I don't know how many years I can honestly say we have the best team in the NBA. And when we do, we have to win. So when we had, I tell this story all the time, when we beat the Cavs and went back-to-back with Durant, I think we went 16-1 in the playoffs, something like that. I had the worst migraine headache of my life after we won, and everybody said, why are you stressed? You guys had a great team. I said, because we have to win. So the stress of a general manager or Brad Stevens or whoever's involved is this opportunity doesn't happen that often. And I wonder if the players feel that pressure or they say, we'll be fine. I love that from the players. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's like, okay, I don't know if we'll be fine, but you guys do.
No, but the will be fine means that we still have confidence. We still got some things that we need to work out, but we're going to be fine. And that just means that you trust the men inside your locker room, because we've seen other conversations inside of Boston locker rooms over the course of the years.
Joe Mazzulla doesn't seem worried, because he was even saying this is a great opportunity for adversity, which he's always sort of saying stuff that keeps you off balance. So I went and talked to some of the coaches that have coached against the Celtics in the last couple of weeks and said, hey, do you think they're like materially different? Is there some sort of weakness? And they go, no, I think they're just missing shots. And they are. These last 5 games especially, they're last in the league in three-point shooting. And when you shoot as many threes as they do, when you have a cold streak, it's going to hurt you a little bit more. But the one thing that I'm a little bit keep paying attention to, their starting lineup, that Kristaps Porzingis-led lineup that they built last year that was impenetrable, they're not the same strength as they were last year. We remember that awesome play last year all the way through the playoffs. So when I look at that, plus 11 last year to minus 11 this year, sample size, whatever, it's not the same. And I noticed that their three-point shooting is down. My big takeaway is this is still a powerful team, but their margin of error, which was huge last year, is much smaller.
I'll tell you what, and there's a human nature. Sports are people. Players are people. They're not, we idolize them, but they're human beings. When you have won, and Richard has won a championship, there is a human nature of we are not aspiring for this holy grail. We did that. We did that. Now, then you take the guys that are maniacal, like a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Some of these guys are like, I want to do it again and again. Not everybody's built that way. Some guys are like, I got one. Or I got one, it's really hard to do it again, but I got that one. So it's also a character thing.
No, it is a character thing. And for me, when I look at this, it's like, again, the Golden State Warriors. You guys didn't have your best record when you guys won a couple of championships. The 73-win team, yes, but it's like after a while you start to get through the season. And get through the season healthy. I know the Porzingis numbers aren't what they should be, but he also missed a big bulk of the season. They're starting different. He shows back up. They're a little fatigued. So it's just a different dynamic. I don't think anybody on this panel would bet against a healthy Celtics team in the postseason.
They're still the favorites to win the NBA title, as they should be, but the odds are more narrow than they've been since 2023, and there's a reason for that. It's for teams like their opponent tonight in the Orlando Magic, who really are interesting.
I'm on fire. It's 88 over here.